Welcome back to the workshop. Continuing on our series on Dadoes, grooves, and rabbets, today we're going to talk about grooves. If you watched the dado episode, you saw that we made a dado through the wood using some traditional tools. Today we're going to make a groove which goes along the grain. It can go through or be inside of the board. An example of a groove is this piece here and this piece here. Both have a groove that allows this sliding panel to move back and forth. This is not an original piece. This was designed by Michael Pekovich and is featured in his book, The Why and How of Woodworking. I built this back in 2020 and stayed pretty close to his design. However, I did something different to the bottom drawer, put some secret stuff in there. Check out this video if you want to see more on that. As for making a groove, we will be using chisels, mallet, a router plane towards the end, but we will also be using the plow plane. This is an antique plow plane that I bought in an antique store. So it has the skate, it has the blade, which is more thin and deep, as grooves are deeper than they are wide. And of course it has a fence. The fence is part of the piece. It can be taken out, although I don't normally do that. You got a, there's going to be a knob here for adjustment. There's another metal knob here that somebody added later. And then it has a depth stop, which is controlled here. And so this is not the greatest thing I have. I have a lot of trouble using it, but it will serve the purpose for this demonstration. You want to do it so that the fence is parallel to this part here, and it is currently not that way. If I do that, that's closer than it was before. Now you may notice we got some cutout here. I did not define the line ahead of time with a knife, primarily because I know that this thing can be a little rough. So I'm really more of just demonstrating what it can do rather than, I don't use this very often. I probably need to buy another one, but you know how these things, a new one of these is quite expensive. So your best bet is to get one from an antique shop and get it working. I'm not even sure if the blade for this goes with this, but it's still a neat tool. Again, so that's the plow plane. Obviously, the router plane is going to do a better job. But as I mentioned before, a groove is deeper than it is wide. So I would have to change over change this over from what it's got now, which is a 1/2-inch blade, to this is the 1/4-inch blade. And that would be equal to what's on the plow plane. So, put the fence in. The fence will allow me to put it exactly where it belongs. So there is no doubt. I'll just tighten that on. And this fence is pretty good about staying where it belongs, unlike the antique plow plane. I'm going to just work my way down. You want to really have complete strokes, not back and forth like I have tended to do a couple times here. That's sort of what the instinct is, but you really just want to give it a complete. Well, the plow plane did a lot. That's when it's really doing the router plane part. Routing right through that wood. And it's much better with something soft like pine. When you do this through oak, it's really, it can be hard to do it, and it can also loosen up your fixture. Join the 21st century. Okay. So, we have a groove that is deeper than it is wide. It's a little messy because of the tear out caused by the plow plane being old and not working as well as it should. But the router was able to get deeper down as it does.